just gonna do what I did last time we futzed with one of these. Panic. Quietly, don't worry.
There was something quite special about the original Oxenfree. Night School Studios' walk-and-talk adventure game let players uncover the mysteries of Edward's Island, fall for, or maybe be sassy to some of its ensemble cast of characters, and make plenty of dialogue choices along the way as things only got creepier and creepier. Thanks to a hands-off preview session with Oxenfree II, it looks like the sequel isn't looking to break what isn't broken. Instead, it seems the developers have found clever ways to deepen the base of Oxenfree's world and spin it out into surprising new attempts to break our brains a little, and introduce some endearing new characters to boot. Oxenfree II is set in the same world as the original, but focuses on a brand new cast, with players taking on the role of environmental researcher Riley. She's come back home to the town of Camena to figure out why electronic equipment is being affected by strange radio signals. Unsurprisingly, Camena isn't that far from Edward's Island, and the supernatural events that begin to unfold over one night threaten this charming coastal town. The first game's dialogue blended West Wing-paced chatter with Veronica Mars-esque wit, and though these characters are older, that blend still feels right at home as protagonist Riley and her friend Jacob explored Camena in the section of gameplay I saw, and the realistic, casual conversation ensued. A particular highlight demonstrating the relatable nature of the characters came when Jacob and Riley played a game in which they each told each other a story word by word.
Basically, two people tell a single story, one word at a time, bouncing back and forth. Should help chill us out. Chill me out, at least.
That little game, more importantly, stems from a character beat. Jacob is pretty freaked out by everything happening, and this game they're playing calms his nerves. It's so key for moments like that to not feel kitschy and instead to be rooted in who these characters are, and it made me appreciate the scene all the more. Though I guess it's also worth mentioning that Jacob was nervous because, well, he and Riley had ended up in 1899.
Okay, organs intact, skin attached, I'll take it.
You see, time tears have started opening up around Camena, and in this case, the duo discovers a time tear that brings them all the way back to 1899, back before the mines were abandoned after a major collapse. Thankfully, in this time period, there's a working elevator that, through a bit of quick puzzle solving, Riley and Jacob get moving and figure out how to help them reach another time tear and return to their point of origin. There's only one problem, though. They're trying to pull off this bit of platforming and puzzle solving as the mines are, indeed, crumbling around them. I'm certainly a sucker for interdimensional rifts, and Oxenfree II's lends some appreciable gray area to Riley's actions. Did her and Jacob's meddling happen to cause the mine collapse, or did they just happen to be in the right place at the wrong time? I hope Oxenfree II doesn't necessarily answer questions like that. It's the type of time-loopy rabbit hole a story like this allows for, and I love the potential this one sequence promises. That potential is mirrored in Oxenfree II's more expansive approach to storytelling and exploration, in addition to Camena just being a larger world than Edward's Island. The demo showed a couple of ways in which the developers are pulling this off, and though we don't have footage to show you, there was a walkie-talkie that gives the player agency in initiating conversations, and additionally, movement and exploration has been expanded thanks to the inclusion of a rope players acquire early in the game. It doesn't suddenly transform Oxenfree into a twitchy platformer, but it again offers the player more choice, and just as importantly, more methods of satisfying their curiosity about what secrets Camena holds. My short time seeing Oxenfree II certainly indicated there's a lot more than just walking and talking. As Night School noted, Oxenfree isn't transforming into some unexpected genre, unrecognizable from its predecessor. Instead, it's aiming to deepen the promise of player agency and choice within an authored world and story, and do that in ways that extend beyond choosing dialogue options during a conversation. I of course still need to play Oxenfree II and see how that sense of choice extends to the full adventure, but the promise of its expanded potential seemed clear in just this brief section. I hope the rest of Camena is just as memorable a place to explore. For more on Oxenfree II, be sure to find out how the developers are teasing some of the sequel story in the original Oxenfree via new updates, and be sure to check out our original Oxenfree review. And of course, for everything else in the world of strange radio signals, you're already in the right place, IGN.